Have you ever encountered an error message that just leaves you scratching your head? If you've seen the first argument must be a string or buffer error, you're definitely not alone. Today, we're going to unravel this mystery together. I totally get how frustrating it can be when your code just won't cooperate. You write everything perfectly, and then boom, an error pops up out of nowhere. It's one of the most common issues developers face. Let's dive into the specific situation at hand. One user reached out with their code, trying to create a post route using Express. They encountered the error message. First argument must be a string or buffer. Sound familiar? If so, let's work through this together. So what does this error mean? Essentially, it indicates that the function you're calling expects a string or a buffer as its first argument, but it's receiving something else instead. This can happen if the data being sent is not formatted correctly. And stick around. I have a crucial tip at the end that will help you avoid this error in the future. To address the error, the user should first check the data being sent in the request. The error message indicates that the first argument must be a string or buffer, which suggests that the body of the request is not formatted correctly. Next, the user should ensure that the body parser middleware is set up correctly. Since the user is using body parser to handle URL-encoded data, they should confirm that the incoming request's content type matches what body parser expects. The user should also consider how the data is being sent to the second post request. The body of the request should be a string. If the formatted variable is an object, it needs to be converted to a string format. Finally, the user can test the changes by sending a request to the endpoint and checking the server logs for any errors. This will help confirm if the issue has been resolved. Fun fact, did you know that the first error messages were just simple text? Now we have colorful and detailed error logs that can sometimes be more confusing than helpful. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution from another user suggests that the body of your request should be a buffer. They recommend adding the option JSON true in your request configuration. Now, let's dive into a different answer from another user. An alternative solution from another user suggests changing the way you define your route. Instead of using router.route, try using router.post directly for your post request. Here's a pro tip. Always validate your data before sending it in a request. This simple step can save you a lot of headaches down the road. And there you have it. With these steps, you should be able to tackle the first argument must be a string or buffer error. Remember, debugging is part of the coding journey. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more tips and tricks.